Hello friends, you're with a Lonesome Gamer, and today I'm playing Last Night on Earth, the zombie game. It's quite a popular game by Flying Frog Productions, and it's again this typical Flying Frog style. They have their own actors. And it's this B-movie style, which fits very well to the zombie theme. There are also some expansions out there. We have this Growing Hunger expansion, a big box expansion with more map tiles, more heroes, more missions, more cards. We have this Survival of the Fittest expansion, small expansion, but with a lot of interesting stuff inside. Maybe it's the most interesting expansion actually. Brings new tactics to the heroes, new rules with weapons for zombies. So there's a lot inside this expansion. We have a hero pack, which obviously brings new hero characters. And here we have zombies with grave weapons. It's a miniature set, and here you got the miniatures for the weapons which are introduced in this expansion. As you can see, the game is for 2 to 6 players, but I think it's actually designed for 2 players. One side plays the zombies while the other side plays the heroes, but there are rules to play it with more players. But I'm a solitaire gamer and there are no rules to play it with less players, so I kind of had to come up with my own rules. You can find some rules on BGG, and well, I was inspired by them and tried to change them a little so that I like them more, and then I also posted my own rules on BGG, and I'm gonna show you now how it works solo. Okay, the game is set, and here we have our 4 heroes. You always play with 4 heroes. If you play a 2-player game, 1 player plays the zombies, the other player plays 4 humans. And here we have a hero deck. These are cards that give advantages to the heroes. Might be event cards, might be items. We have our scenario, burn them out. We have a time track, it's called Sun Track here. We have lots of zombies, some dice. Here we have the survival tactics and the unique items and the grave weapons. These 3 piles of cards are in the Survival of the Fittest box. And here we have the 2 zombie decks, and this is a special rule for my solitaire game. This much smaller deck is formed of the zombie fight cards. These are cards that are played normally before a fight and that give you an advantage during this special fight. So these are the fight cards, and this bigger deck is formed of the rest of the zombie cards. Another thing about this hero deck, if you buy expansion boxes, then you get more and more of these hero cards. One way to lose the game for the heroes is
if you get out of cards. So the more cards you buy, the lower your chances that you might lose this game in this way. So I think that doesn't make much sense, because there are also some zombie cards that force the hero to discard more of his of this hero deck cards. So it's not. I think it is an important part of the game. It might not be. It might not happen very often that you lose this way, but it's possible. So I decided that I only use 60 of the hero cards. That is the number of the hero cards that you have when you buy the base game. So I shuffled all the hero cards I have, and then I randomly took 60 of them and placed them here. We have here the board. There are these L-shaped tiles around the board, 4 of them. In the base game you get 6. The Growing Hunger expansion there are 2 additional tiles. So you have a random board mostly all the time. It's all the time different, and I think that's pretty cool. Here the middle part is the city center, the town center, and in some scenarios it's flipped, and then you have the manor house. So that's an additional option, but here we use the standard town center. Maybe it's interesting to see that the spaces in the town center are much larger than the ones here on these outside L-shaped tiles. So you're pretty fast if you move through the town center. It sometimes can be an illusion if you think, okay, I'm standing here and this guy is standing up here, for example, because he can be pretty fast if he just moves through the center. You shouldn't forget that. Here we have a lot of tokens, just different tokens, wound markers, whatever. And these are zombie miniatures with grave weapons over here. I also changed the rules in a way that normally when you buy the base game, I think you have about 12 zombies or something like that. Here are many more, so it's possible now that the zombie player has more than 12 zombies. So that's an advantage for him. On the other hand, I use these free search markers. You place them in a building, and if you enter that building, you can search right away. But I decided not to place them in every building. I only will place them in 6 random buildings, and there are actually just 12 markers. I didn't use them all. 3 of them are attacks, surprise attacks, and 1 of them is a new hero found, while the other 8 are free search markers. So I'm going to place these markers now in a random building, and I can show you how a random building is determined. That's actually pretty easy. You have here your numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. So you simply roll a die, and in this case it's a 6, and that says Zombie's Choice. So I'm gonna place that marker somewhere where it's far away from the heroes. I think I'm gonna place it, well, let me see, I guess I'm gonna place it here. And then I roll again, and that's a 3. So this time Here you got the 3. It's on this L-shaped building. And then we have to roll again. And it's again a 3. And now you can see here this small number says 3 and 4. So it's in the supermarket. And we simply place that token here. Doesn't really matter on which space we place it. If we enter the supermarket, we can turn around the token. That is number 5. This is here. And it's here in the barn. So now let's. I placed the rest of these exploration markers, and let's take a look at our heroes now. We got Jade, the high school outcast. She's from the Hero Pack 1, and here we got some descriptions. She's a student. She's strange. She's female. This can be important for some cards. And then she's got some abilities. It says rebellious, may not be wounded in a fight as long as she has doubles on any of her fight dice. Also gains an extra fight dice while in the same space as another strange hero. And then she's got youth, may give up a move action to fully heal. She only has 2 of these wounds. So if she takes 2 wounds, she's killed. And she's got a starting location as a random building. So let's see where that might be. Again, we determine the random building. So that's the hero's choice. Okay, maybe that's actually interesting, because we could place her somewhere where she's allowed to search right away. I just wonder where that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna place her maybe here in the high school. That might be a good idea. She's a high school outcast, so yeah, I'm gonna place her there. And then we got Johnny, and he's the high school quarterback. Student, male. He's tough. He wins fight on a tie. Blitz. When entering a space with a zombie, may immediately fight the zombie and continue moving. I got to remember that. And he also has youth, so he can give up a move action to fully heal. Okay, so we're gonna place this guy in the gym. So he starts here. There is actually a problem I have with the miniatures. The miniatures are great, I really like them, but I find it not always really clear which miniature applies to which hero. Especially, I think, in the base game, there is Johnny and I don't know. You don't see him because you only see the faces here. There is another young man, and he's got a weapon. He's got a kind of a pistol, and he's got this base bat. So you don't really know which one is which. You have to take a look in the rules, and there you can, maybe if you're lucky, you can find a picture of Johnny with the base bat. But I don't know. There should be maybe at the beginning. I think there should be a part in the rule where you can see which miniature applies to which character, and you have that in some of the expansions, I think. It's the same problem, for example, with Raquel. Here you see her face, and she's got a revolver, but her miniature, she has a shotgun. So I don't know. I think that's not a very good solution here. Okay. She's law enforcement and female. She's on duty, starts the game with a revolver and flashlight. She already has these two items. And intuition, may ignore any wound on the roll of 6 or higher. And she can take 3 wounds, but she can't heal because she's not young anymore. She also starts in a random building. So again, it's the hero's choice because I rolled a 1. So I think I'm gonna start here. So I can take the exploration marker right away. And then it's Becky. And she's a nurse, medical, female, and she can do first aid. At the end of the hero turn, may heal 1 wound from another hero in the same space. And she starts at the hospital. So we got the hospital here. She starts here. And she can also take 3 wounds. Okay, then let's take a look here at the revolver of Raquel. It's a ranged weapon, it's got a range of 3. You may target 1 zombie within range, roll a d6. The zombie is hit on the roll of 4 or higher. On the roll of 1, the revolver is out of ammo. Discard. Okay, we got a flashlight. The hero may ignore the effects of lights out. When searching, the hero may use the flashlight to discard the card just drawn and draw a new one, once per turn. Roll a d6. On a 1, discard this card. So that's a pretty cool thing, actually. Okay. And at the start of the game, every hero is allowed to draw a free hero card. So we start with Jade. Draw a card from the deck. And that says Backpack. The hero may now carry an additional 3 items, one of which may be a weapon. So as you can see here, this is an item, and every hero can only carry 4 items, and only 2 of these items can be weapons. So now she's got a backpack, and that allows her to carry additional items. Here we got Johnny. And he's got the hedge trimmer. That's a pretty crazy weapon. It's a double-handed weapon. The hero may roll 1 extra fight dice for each zombie currently in their space. Okay, so these double-handed weapons count as 2 weapons when it comes to the carrying limit, so he can't carry another weapon. And then it's Raquel, and it says stockpile guns. Play immediately. Play this card on a random building. That building now has the additional pick up any gun or ammo card. After each use of this pickup, roll a d6. Discard this card on the roll of 1 or 2. Okay, so let's find the random building. That is one of these. That's a 2. So this is here in the barn. Okay, to mark it, I'm going to place the card here, and to mark this I'm going to take this ammo token and I'm going to place it here in the barn so that I don't forget which building is this stockpile for guns. And then let me see. Yeah, and now we can Becky can draw a card, and that says, now I'm mad. Play to cancel any zombie card or play on any wanted hero. Until the start of the next hero turn, that hero rolls 2 extra fight dice and wins on ties. So that's not bad. And now it's not her as a single player that gets this card, but it's me as the hero player, and I can play this card on any hero I want to. Okay, and now let's take a look at the scenario. Burn them out. It has 18 turns. So that's why the soundtrack marker is placed on an 18, and it will go down here, and if we don't make it till the soundtrack marker goes here to the morning, then we're dead. And here we have the heroes must find explosives to destroy 3 of the zombie spawning pits by sundown. To destroy a zombie spawning pit, a hero must start in the space, give up their turn, and discard an explosive. The hero must survive any zombie fights in their space before the pit is destroyed. Scenario: search items, any explosive, such as gasoline or dynamite. Okay, in the rules is written to specify this, to clarify this, that it's not necessary to have fire items to ignite the explosives. It's okay if you just need these explosive items, you discard them, and then the pit is destroyed. Pits are these red X's here. These are the spaces where the zombies enter the game. So, and that's exactly what's going to happen now at the end of the setup. The zombie's gonna enter the game, and we roll 2 dice to see how many zombies enter the game at the start. And these are just 4, so that's not too bad. And we have to place them we have to place 1 on each of these spawning pits. So one is going to start here, the other one is going to start here, one here, and another one here. And now there is actually this special rule, house rule, for the use of the zombies with grave weapons. Whenever you start a zombie, a zombie spawns during the game on such a spawning pit. You roll a die, and just let me check this. It's here. Yeah, you roll a d10, and on a 9 or 10, it comes in play with a grave weapon. You don't have to remove zombies for that action. According to the normal rules, you have to remove zombies for that. But in this way, you don't have to do that. I won't roll for these starting zombies because this is not during play, so they never start with grave weapons. These are just normal zombies. Okay, so now we're ready to start the game. So here we have two cards. One card that explains the zombie turn and another card that explains the hero turn. So first we move the soundtrack marker. So this goes down to 17. And then we draw new zombie cards. And in my solo play, the hand limit of the zombie player is 2. So now I draw simply 2 cards. This one says, let's split up. Play at the start of a hero turn. Until the end of the turn, any hero that ends their move action in the same space or building as another hero immediately takes a wound. In my solitaire game, if it's possible for the zombie player to play a card, then he will do that, even if it might not be so clever. So he will play this card in the next turn. And then the second card is Rotten Bodies. Play immediately. Roll a d6 and remove that many zombies from anywhere on the board as they fall apart. Return them to the zombie pool. They do not count as having been killed. Until the start of the next zombie turn, no zombie may be killed in any way. Okay, I'm not sure if this is such a great idea, but it says play immediately, so this card has to be played. Then we roll. Well, all of the zombies fall apart. That's a pretty easy victory. But no, the game is not over yet. Okay, let's... So that was the first turn of the zombie player, because he can't move any zombies, he can't fight heroes. And oh yeah, we have to roll to spawn new zombies. I forgot that. That is something we had to do. There were 4 zombies on the board. If we roll higher than the number of zombies that were on the board, then we can spawn zombies. So that is a 9, so it's more than 4, so we are allowed to spawn new zombies. And now we can place these newly spawned zombies. And we now roll a normal 6-sided die to see how many zombies we are allowed to spawn. And these are 5 zombies. Okay. And then we roll for each zombie now with a d10. And if we roll a 9 or a 10, the zombie is allowed to have a grave weapon. So the first zombie, that's a 2. That's just a normal guy. Plays him here. The second one, that's a 4. Nothing special. Plays him here. Number 3, that's a 9. So that guy has a stench of death. Every hero within 2 spaces of the zombie rolls 1 less fight dice than normal. Okay. So actually for this guy we don't have a specific miniature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, this fat zombie, and he's the one who represents this special zombie here, and he starts here. So we now got 3 zombies and we got 2 more. So that's number 4, and he also has a special weapon, grave weapon, and that is a crawling torso. So that's a pretty amazing guy, or pretty amazing woman. She looks really great. This is the miniature. It's unbelievable. It's just so amazing. Okay, and the thing is now, the zombie may now move 2 spaces instead of its normal move, which would be 1. Also, heroes in the same space as the zombie must roll a 4 or higher for movement to be able to move away. To be honest, I think that makes absolutely no sense. I find that idea completely stupid. I don't get why a zombie which is crawling without legs is faster than a zombie with legs. I don't understand that. And that's why I play it another way. This torso is moving just the normal way, one per turn, but every adjacent space, each hero on an adjacent space must now roll a 4 or higher for movement to be able to move away. So the radius of the zombie is much bigger now. I think that makes more sense than making her faster. I don't see the point in that. So, and she starts here. And then the last zombie, that's a 6, so that's a normal one. And I think we're simply going to place him here. So there are more heroes, and that's where we place this zombie, because here's also one hero pretty close. Okay. So that was the zombie turn, and now it's the hero turn. Zombies always go first. And now the zombie plays this card. Let's split up. Play at the start of a hero turn. Until the end of the turn, any hero that ends their move action in the same space or building as another hero immediately takes a wound. Okay. So now, because we start here, we're allowed to explore that right away. I forgot that. So that's a free search. So that allows me to draw a card without spending an action. And that is Raquel. And she's got a brilliant idea. Play on any hero when they are about to search. Instead, that hero may draw 2 survival tactics and choose 1 to keep. Or the hero may draw 2 hero cards for this search and keep both. Well, that's pretty good. Okay. And then she can also take that, and that's also a free search marker. That is Jade, and that says, at last. Play at the start of a hero turn to cancel any zombie card that is marked remains in play. Okay, so we keep these cards. And so now we actually start the hero turn, because I forgot these exploration markers. The thing is, now we got these 4 heroes, and we can play in any order we want. Every hero can do these actions. When a hero takes their action, they must complete the following 4 steps in order. So every hero can do a move action, exchange items, shoot a ranged weapon, and then fight zombies. So let me see. I think I'm going to start with Raquel. And She can now roll a die. That's the move action. And after I rolled, I can decide if I want to move or if I want to search. So let's see. That's a 6. So, and that's another house rule. If I roll a 6 with this movement roll, then I'm allowed to draw a survival or unique item card. And in addition, I can search this and draw one of the hero decks. Normally, you could either take one of these cards or that, but I play this in another way. I play it in a way that normally I'm not allowed to draw the survival tactics or unique item cards, only if I roll a 6. And then, in addition, I can draw a card from the hero deck. So, well, just let me correct this. I think according to the normal rules, you have to roll a 5 or 6, and then you can draw one of these cards. I say only a 6, but then in addition the hero card. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to move. I could also move 6, of course, but then I'm not allowed to search. I will search, and now first I can draw from these decks, and this is room 3, 4. And here you see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you are allowed to draw now from the pile which matches the numbers. In this case, we could draw from both piles or from one of both piles, because we have 3 and 4, so both number matches. And I'm going to take a unique item. And that says Doc Brody's Memoirs. The heroes may roll an extra fight dice against zombies. May cancel any zombie card that remains in play on a hero in the same or adjacent space. After each use, roll a d6. Breaks on the roll of 1 or 2. I'm not absolutely sure if this last applies only to the last use, may cancel any zombie card. I think you can roll an extra fight dice always, but maybe I can check that somewhere. Just a second. Okay, I checked it. I just love the internet. I mean, it's sometimes really ridiculous. You can't find really everything. You just enter this Doc Brody's Memoirs and you find an article on that. Okay, so actually it's the hero may roll an extra fight dice against zombies, and that is something I can do for the rest of the game. But I can also try to cancel that card, and then I have to roll if it breaks or not. So that's a very, very strong card, actually. And then, in addition to this card, I'm allowed to draw from the hero deck. Oh, look at that. I didn't cheat here. That's Doc Brody, country physician. Okay, so probably we found this guy with his memories. Makes sense. Fully heal any hero, except during a fight. If played on Becky, shuffle this card back into the hero card deck. Okay, so it's an event, so I'm allowed to keep this card simply, and if I want to heal a hero, I can use this card. Okay. So that was Becky's action. That is actually the movement action. You can either move the number the number you roll, or you can decide to search, and then you can normally draw one hero card. In this case, because I rolled a 6, I was allowed to draw this and from the hero deck. Okay, so that was Raquel's action. And there is no one to exchange items with. She can't shoot a ranged weapon because there is no zombie in line of sight. And she doesn't have to fight any zombie. So, let's see. I think then Jade is also simply gonna search this the high school, because we need to find these we need to find explosives. So, but she's also allowed to roll first, of course. That's a 5. So she simply draws from the hero deck, and it saves escape through the windows. Until the end of the hero turn, all heroes may move through walls as long as they do not end their move in a building space. In addition, any locked door card played this turn is cancelled. So that was Jade. And we now got Johnny, and yeah, I think he also might search. He's got a 3, so he also simply searches. And he's got a revolver. And that's a problem now, because he's got this two-handed weapon. So he's not allowed to take the revolver. That's bad. So we have to discard it. That's a little sad. But we can go here to this stockpile guns, which is down here at the barn, and there we simply could pick up the revolver. So we could go there, we don't have to, and then we could, instead of searching the hero deck, we can take the revolver, which might be a good idea. So that was Johnny's action, and then it's Becky and the nurse, and she also simply searches. Oh, wait a minute. That's a 3. I'm not sure if I want to search, because if the zombie comes close here, she might already get into trouble, because this is that woman that can try to grab your feet so that you can't move away. So that could be risky. Anyway, I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to search. And that is gasoline. That was a good decision. At any time during a move, you may discard to douse your space or any adjacent space with gasoline. So basically, I can now move on one of these spawning pits, and if I discard the gasoline, then the pit is destroyed. Okay, now all my heroes did their turn. I'm wondering if I want to do something special. Well, I could actually maybe use this card, but now it's too late. Okay. No. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the hero turn. So, it was a little chaotic first turn, because the zombies all died at the beginning. And so it was a little strange. It was maybe not the typical turn. We didn't see much of the zombies in action. but I'm pretty sure that it will get more interesting later on. So I hope to see you in some of the following videos, and until then, bye.